Hello and welcome to this video where I will be giving my unpopular K-pop opinions but only with one sentence. This means I won't be explaining anything. Feel free to disagree in the comments but no rudeness please. I stole this idea from Shisharan on YouTube, so check out their video. Red Velvet have the most talent but least stage presence of all currently active girl groups. Jonghyun was one of Twice's best dancers in Like Ooh Ah era. Page 2 is Twice's best album in terms of B-sides. Somi is talented but isn't soloist material and it is hard to be invested in her as an artist. aespa's digital concept is underwhelming and seems like a money-grabbing opportunity from SM so that they don't even have to send the physical girls and can claim that the AI are a suitable equivalent. Chi Ryong is ITZY's biggest ace. Visuals are important and just because you think your fave is prettier than the visual of the group doesn't make them visual position material. Lisa's rapping is overrated but her killer stage presence makes it seem better than it is. Blinks will be the downfall of any future YG girl group and I feel sorry for anyone who debuts under YG from this point forward. The girl crush concept is old and isn't empowering at all and I believe that eventually it'll be the downfall of Blackpink and ITZY. Twice clearly isn't a rap-focused group and should stop putting raps in every song. Icy is not a great song and no other group would have been able to make this as popular as ITZY did. Minna's dancing is severely underrated but her energy on stage isn't great so it doesn't always get showcased. I think the opposite is true for Seulgi where her dancing is overhyped but since her energy on stage is good her dancing looks better than it is anyway. More and More is better than I Can't Stop Me because it had a distinct concept. I think one of the reasons the More and More encores were so tragic is because it was their first time performing consistently with no audience straight after Twistlights. On the Ground is not a dance song and they made her look like a clown by putting some awkward choreo over this song on stages. Solo stands are going to ruin both Lisa's and Rose's solo debuts once Lisa's is released since they are being released in the same year and are therefore competition. Rose's solo would have been much more successful and trendy if it had come out 2 years ago when it was meant to. A member hugging another member does not make them gay or an LGBT supporter. Stop trying to push this agenda. Red Velvet would have been much more successful worldwide if they weren't debuted as a pop idol group and were just artists in their own right. JYPE is the best company out of the big three. Wendy's solo was predictable but that doesn't mean it was underwhelming. Say what you want about him but generally JYP is actually talented. Even Chaeyoung said the switch to me choreo was hard yet he did it at like 50 years old. Jennie's solo being called solo was not iconic and was only done to cause controversy after the quote-unquote lazy scandal. Jennie is the best idol singer in Blackpink. But Jisoo is my favorite general vocalist. Idols are underqualified to star in K-dramas and are only hired since they know it will get views. K-pop stylists are too hated. Except for this Jonghyun stylist. Fuck you. The difference between idol vocalist and singer is the reason why Nayeon and Jonghyun have such different line distributions. Just because you prefer a B-side does not instantly mean it should have been that album's title track. Really Bad Boy is Red Velvet's best title track. Tsuayu bending her legs in choreo is not mistreatment just because she is taller than other members. English versions of Korean songs are never as good but they are necessary for the international growth of groups so hating on them is really unnecessary when you could just choose to listen to the Korean version. Fanfare was Twice's best 2020 release and their best Japanese track to date. People need to realize that it wasn't SM himself who gave your fave an ugly stage outfit. Momo had the potential to be Twice's main rapper until she was forced to change the whole tone of her voice. I love I'm Gonna Be a Star and the rap is one of Twice's best. Music show performances are not a measure of talent. My is a bad fandom name. Black Mamba was a really good debut song. Shipping two idols because one looked at another whilst they were talking at an awards show is weird and creepy. I didn't really like Bad Boy. I also didn't really like Feel Special but the physical album is stunning. Blackpink being so popular with next to no comebacks is not really iconic, it's a business move by YG to ensure views, and the fact that the physical album is always overpriced is a piss take. Red Velvet should have never debuted as 4 members. I'm glad we haven't had any subunits for Twa. The fact that Jonghyun is the only vocalist besides Momo with no melody project release or confirmed is a joke, especially considering Momo has her performance project anyway. The fact that half of Blackpink's The album is only English was a bit disappointing, especially considering only half of the members are fluent in English. That's it from me. Comment your opinions and goodbye.